All right, Rafe, as we do every Friday, it's time for the Rafe Williams E-Memoriam.
Ah, yes. The E-Memoriam. Mary, this is a segment for what we just talked about. People who complain, email, troll, don't like things we say on the radio and feel like it's their God-given duty to email us over and over again and tell us they're no longer listening to the show. They hate us. They're tired of us. They can't wait for us all to die. Or just people who are off their meds and text us whatever it might be. But whoever it is, this is an E-Memoriam, much like the Oscars in memoriam of people we have lost this week. Brought to you by Hughes Funeral Alternatives. Discover Aqua Nation, the natural, gentle, eco-friendly alternative.
Isn't that awesome?
To fire-based cremation. That is a real sponsor.
We love Hughes. Thank you, Hughes, for sponsoring the E-Memoriam.
Thank you, Hughes.
Cremation?
Aquamation. It's very cool.
It's like boil?
It's like
they moist you to death.
It's eco-friendly. They use like water, alkaline water to cremate you.
That's
then you still
crazy.
get ashes, and it's a much more it's like 80% more eco-friendly than fire-based cremation. But I digress. You're welcome, Mr. Hughes. First up on E-Memoriam, Bono boners, a.k.a. U2 fans.
Oh, I'm getting buried.
Sorry, Moon.
I'm getting acclimated.
Say goodbye. You're getting acclimated. I angered some acolytes of U2 last Friday when I said their beloved Irish rock band was highly overrated.
Oh.
Ah, yes. You who find spiritual revelation in Bono's vague Hallmark card lyrics.
Oh,
All right, folks.
I'm going to fight back from the Aquamation.
All right, Moon. Grab your rose-colored wraparound douche glasses and pop that Joshua Tree cassette in your 89 Walkman for the last time they were actually relevant, because we're bidding farewell to U2 fans today. Oh, don't give me that look. You knew this day was coming. The day when I finally break it to you that Bono's Sunday, Bloody Sunday isn't, in fact, a harrowing critique of your hangover after brunch. I mean, it's not even like U2's that radical. Have you ever noticed how every U2 fan seems to think they're a rebel for liking a band that is literally one of the most commercialized acts in the world? That's not rebellion. That's consumerism, wearing leather pants. Let's talk about The Edge for a moment. The only man on earth whose name sounds like a failed 1990s energy drink, right up there with Sparks. What are you on the edge of exactly, relevance? Because the cliff's eroding fast, my friends. The Edge sounds like a Marvel character that got rejected from the last X-Men films. Is he on the edge of musical enlightenment or the edge of finally finding a new goddamn hat? Now that I think about it, it's like the entire band chose one accessory from a Mr. Potato Head kit in the early 80s and wore it for the next 40 years. In conclusion, U2 fans, it's time for me to let you go. Like Bono letting go of any shred of humility. So to all the U2 fans out there still clinging to your 87 tour t-shirts and preaching the gospel according to Bono, maybe it's time to find what you are looking for. And let's hope it's a new hobby. Now, how's that for a moment you can't get out of?
Oh,
Bye-bye.
The Edge is an energy drink.
I found the Edge energy drink from Drizzly Beer.
Hey,
From 1986.
I can't help it that I'm a genius. Up next, toilet paper underhangers. Today we part with a particular brand of people who, honestly, we can all do without, those who hang the toilet paper under instead of over. Let's be clear, there is no debate here. The patent for toilet paper clearly shows the roll hanging over. Over! If a diagram in a 128-year-old patent isn't compelling enough for you dumbasses, I honestly don't know what to say. Perhaps you also need a GPS to locate your crack because you couldn't find your own ass with both hands in a map. Now, some will argue, oh, but Riz show, it's so much more feline-friendly to go under. Really? Well, if your dumbass cat is that hell-bent on destroying your bathroom, maybe you don't blame the toilet paper. Maybe you ask why you bought a vindictive animal in the first place. So as we say goodbye to this gaggle of restroom renegades, let us remember that as they were, impossible to reason with, a little too interested in bathroom mechanics, and frankly a danger to themselves and others, don't forget to wipe, but you won't be missed.
Good riddance, psychopath.
Thank you.
I agree. I couldn't agree more.
No arguments on that one.
Nope.
Up next, adult creepaws that call their grandparents meemaws and peepaws.
Creepaws.
Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves because we've offended a group of inexplicably attached to the cutesy words of childhood. People who have mortgages, receding hairlines, and the ability to rent a car, yet they choose to sound like they're casting a spell in baby gibberish when they introduce their grandparents. Oh, you've met them. The same people who insist on telling you their grandparents' cute names within 5 minutes of meeting you. Really, Chad? You're a 35-year-old man with a 401k, a cocaine problem, and 2 ex-wives, and you just said Meemaw without a trace of irony. Why are you still calling your grandparents by names that sound like rejected Teletubbies? Meemaw, Peepaw. It's creepy. We get it. Family traditions are important, but usually those traditions involve something meaningful, like passing down an heirloom or upholding a cultural practice. What we're talking about here is upholding the linguistic choices of a toddler. You wouldn't strap on a diaper and be breastfed at your wedding for tradition's sake, would you? Don't answer that, Chad, because we all know you would. In summary, unless you're actively starring in a Hallmark movie or plan to never emotionally progress past the age of 6, let's stick to the classics. Grandma and Grandpa. Or Nana and Papa if you're feeling frisky, but Meemaw and Peepaw, come on. Bye-bye, baby. Next up, till death do us farters. Today we say farewell to some of the most confounding phenomena known to mankind, married couples who refuse to fart in front of each other. That's right, Riz. Not a single squeaker, not a whisper from the biscuit factory, nothing, zitch, zilp. What's going on? Yes, I said it, fart. And if you're clutching your pearls, well, you might be one of them. You're the same couples who think synchronized dishwashing is foreplay and consider discussing mortgage rates date night. Nothing screams we've reached the peak of intimacy like mutually pretending that you don't have intestines and engaging in the elaborate dance, the Gasarena. The convoluted odyssey one takes to release a fart discreetly is pathetic. One partner casually exits to check the mail at 3 a.m. or suddenly becomes devoutly religious, retreating to their suspiciously stinking prayer closet 15 times a day. You see someone suddenly rush to take a phone call in another room. Are they having an affair? Are they a spy? No. But they are clenching their ass cheeks together and holding in a fart like it's a Soviet state secret. So let's rip off the Band-Aid or take out the butt cork of social decorum, as it were, and just let it go. Fart freely, love deeply.
Let it go.
To the gassy yet graceful phantoms of matrimony, we bid you adieu.
Bummer.
So I don't fart in front of my wife.
Yeah, me
My
either,
boyfriend
man.
doesn't like it at all.
weirdos.
Like, I don't have a problem with it, but he's
He
like,
doesn't like it when you fart?
he doesn't like farting in front of each other, period.
Yeah, that's the
like
way I
it's
am.
not.
Yeah, I don't know.
That is a
High five to your
sacred
boyfriend.
thing. Do it in the bathroom alone.
He's a smart one.
Yeah.
In shame.
What
Weirdos.
other secrets could you be holding?
Right.
So the fact that he's like, yeah, tell Frank I said thanks for the hoodie from your feet pics,
Yeah.
but don't ever fart in front of
He
me.
gets so grossed out. He gets
Bizarre.
so grossed out.
Next up, Halloweenies. Halloweenies. Oh, do I have a truly horrifying tale to tell you tonight, one that will chill you to the very bone, a tale so eerie that it should come with a PG-13 rating. I'm talking, of course, about people, grown-ass adults, who put up their Halloween decorations in September. That's right, our show has been put on notice by these premature jack-o'-lanterns.
Well done.
Thank you. But some of you are so eager to unleash the cobwebs from your attic that you're bypassing an entire month, September. September has its own charm, people, like football, apple picking, and seasonal depression. You know, the classics. You have to let us enter the 5 stages of fall: denial, anger, bargaining, pumpkin spice, and acceptance. Decorating for Halloween in September is like skipping the gentle foreplay of early autumn and going straight for a full-blown skeletal on the first date. You keep those bones to yourself. Now let's get something straight. I love Halloween. I love candy and costumes and the deeply ingrained pagan traditions thinly veiled as family-friendly fun that will damn your children all to hell, but save it for October. You're the human equivalent of candy corn, a confusing seasonal mistake,
Don't you dare.
and we bid you scarewell.
Oh, my God. I love candy corn.
But
Love
decorating for Halloween in September,
We
come
have
on.
all our
It's too
fall
early.
decorations
Fun,
out.
man.
It's too early.
We put out our fall stuff.
Don't yuck my yum.
Finally, last on the list, altitude prudes, a.k.a. cucks too scared to join the Mile High Club. We angered some Americans, and I use that term loosely, who don't believe in exercising their God-given right to have cramped, awkward lovemaking in an airport bathroom. These are the folks too pure, too saintly to join the Mile High Club. They think they're above it. Well, technically, you can't be above it. We're 30,000 feet up in a metal tube, hurtling through the sky at 500 miles per hour. Get over yourself. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Oh, Rafe, that's too scandalous, too taboo. To which I say, lighten up, you sexually repressed Sky Mormons. You're the kind of people who think the most exciting part of a flight is when they move the beverage cart through the cabin. Oh, look, honey, they have ginger ale. I'm feeling so wild. Let's split one, please. Now, before you say, well, it's not sanitary, let me remind you, nothing on an airplane is sanitary. The armrest, the headrest, the seatbelt, it's all been touched, sneezed on, and God knows what else by countless of people and their babies before you.
Great point.
Do you think you're preserving the sanctity of the airplane lavatory, a place otherwise renowned for its elegance and high-class atmosphere akin to a five-star restaurant? You're not, and you're not better than us. So get in there and bend someone over that baby-changing station for America. Or get your passport and get the hell out of Riz Nation. And finally, the real R.I.P. We didn't really have any this week, except I am going to say R.I.P. to the Guns N' Roses concert last Saturday.
Everybody's plans on Saturday.
Everybody's plans on Saturday went down in flames when an undisclosed illness stopped the rolling like a freight train, flying like an airplane act from coming to town. So hopefully they'll reschedule, but knowing their cagey relationship with St. Louis, it might be R.I.P. for real. And that concludes this week's E-Memoriam, brought to you by Hughes Funeral Alternatives.
Beautiful. Thank you, Rafe.
Great.